Ssali. I'm an associate professor in the discipline of gender studies, and I'm the dean of the School of Women and Gender Studies in Makerere University in Uganda. Okay, my research area is in post-conflict situations, but really to do with health systems. My PhD was in international health and development, and technically I'm a social scientist. So my research area is really to look at how the social aspects of health structure and define the health systems and shape the kind of health systems we have. Right now I'm looking at post-conflict studies in northern Uganda, and it mainly involves examining how post-conflict dynamics such as low livelihoods, poor socioeconomic status, poor nutrition, the whole aspect of trauma from war shapes what counts as health needs from the viewpoint of the people, but also compare that with what humanitarian agencies and what the state considers to be the health needs. Because the state normally tends to think, and our donors, that the biggest thing for a post-conflict situation like that is maternal and child health and HIV. Why? Because these are easy to count. But from what we are seeing in the field, there are aspects of household financing, there are aspects of trauma, psychosocial trauma as a result of the war, and these are sort of like falling through the cracks. So the issue is really to try to synergize and harmonize the two, so that the post-conflict health system that develops is one that is responsive to the needs of the people. The CAPREx Africa program is a very important program to me, mainly because as an academic champion of the CAPREx program is that, what CAPREx Africa means to us, one, through the CAPREx, we've been receiving funding for PhD postdoc training for our scholars to come to Cambridge. Now, if you've looked at the whole architecture of higher education funding in Africa, most of it is skewed towards the sciences, the hard sciences, those that are perceived to be practical and those that are perceived to be more relevant to national development. So we tend to get very little funding for the humanities and social sciences. So when programs like CAPREx Africa come on board, then our people have an opportunity. For example, for the last few years, we've had more than 30 postdocs come to Cambridge to train, to have some time away to sit and focus, to write books. We've seen books come out of this project. We've seen seminars presented to regenerate research and academic scholarship in our communities and to sort of create an intellectual community in Uganda. But also beyond CAPREx as a program for social science research and humanities, the CAPREx Africa program also looks a lot at biological sciences and medical science research in Uganda. So we've had people coming from here to study primates, to study maternal and child health, and all these are opportunities for study. And the most important thing is, each time I've come here, I came last year and I'm going to also hold meetings this time, the aim is really to see how do we create a multidisciplinary pool of researchers, or how do we generate multidisciplinary research in the biological sciences. Yeah, the future is great. One, I think we are a little bit pessimistic, but hopeful that CAPREx will get more funding, because we need CAPREx to get more funding. It has been one of our biggest donors as Makerere University to this humanities and social sciences. So we are really, really prayerful that that will work. If not, at least there should be a successor. But on the biological sciences side, or the medical sciences side, we are very hopeful because the whole spirit of multidisciplinarity is picking up. So if this goes on, then we shall still have social science and humanities research covered, but under the auspices of biological sciences or medical sciences. For example, there's a project taking place funded through CAPREx Africa on maternal health and nutrition. So they are exploring the socioeconomic aspects of that. How do women decide to come and get care? When do they report to hospital to deliver? So there are those opportunities. There are those who are doing social network analysis with regard to bilharzia infection. There are those who are exploring local knowledge information systems in creating health. So there's a lot of hope that actually CAPREx Africa will continue starring not just social science research but also biomedical research.